The Untold Truth about SEO. My name is Eric LaCasse. I am the owner of SEO Expert Las Vegas.com and co-owner of Neon Appeal Digital Marketing. What I'm going to do is this is going to be split into two parts. One is kind of the basics of SEO. The other one is the other half that you guys are here to sit down for, which is a technical SEO audit of Tech Valley's website. I got permission to do it. So you guys are actually going to see what an actual technical SEO audit is going to be about, right? So we're going to get through some of the basics of SEO to start with. Let's talk about what Google is. Google is not this Illuminati machine that dictates everything that we watch and everything we see. Google rewards those brands that have been earned the right to be in the first position for keywords, right? Google's own system is based upon one thing, and that is search intent. This is what search intent is broken down to: informational, navigational, transactional, and commercial. Informational intent. If you own a business and you have a website for that business, informational intent is name of the business, address of the business, physical location of the business. What does the business do? Who do I talk to? What's the phone number for this business? It's information. Now, the reality is, information is kind of getting taken over by AI. When you use ChatGPT or Gemini or Copilot and you ask something that is informational in intent, it's going to give you informational search intent words, right? This is the closest place to you. Informational intent is starting to get taken over by AI. It doesn't mean you don't need to have it in your web pages or your posting, but it's important to realize that a lot of this stuff is going to be aggregated by AI in the near future. Navigational. Navigational is if you have a dashboard or you sell products or you log into something on your website. So a Netflix login, logging into Facebook, something that takes you away from Google and pushes you into something else. Navigational intent is kind of on the priority, it's not the biggest one. So that's navigational intent. Transactional intent. This is where you're going to make your money. These are people that are ready to buy. Most affordable, cheapest, top 5 bicycle shops in Las Vegas, most affordable rent in Las Vegas. These are words and phrases that people are willing to look and find the first place to go and buy from them. Very important. Last one is commercial intent. This is where you get to compare yourself to your competition. Top 5 bicycle shops in Las Vegas, top 5 car mechanics in Las Vegas. Commercial intent is the one that's going to rank you the best because you are competing with your competition online with those phrases. All right? Do I have any questions about search intent? No? Okay. Thank you. All right. So moving on. SEO is the second half of marketing. We have Google Ads, we have paid ads, and we have SEO. Both are in the same argument, both are completely different. When it comes to your business online, if you need customers quickly, within a week, within a couple days, and you have the money to run a campaign, run the campaign. I, as an SEO, cannot beat that. SEO is about building brands. It's not about sales. My job is to make sure that that company becomes a brand. So what are brands? Apple, Microsoft, Las Vegas. This is a brand. People are looking to come here for an experience. Your business in the SEO world is designed to become a brand so that it starts to gain traction and traffic without you having to put any information in enough energy into it at a certain amount of time. Paying for ads gets you visible quickly. It's sales, right? I'm going to put this into Google. They're going to write an ad for me. I'm going to get clients. SEO takes a long time. You have to push it into different areas. You have to look at what you want to be differentiating yourself as a business and let people know this is how I do this industry or what I do differently. So this is the analogy that I use. It's my seed analogy when it comes to how SEO works. Down there, you have a seed. You plant it in the ground, you give it water, you give it warmth, sunlight, and eventually it grows. That seed is your business. The dirt is Google. When you put your seed, your business online, it gets put into the system. You have to grow it. But as we can see, the top of the plant is your socials, your videos, the things that actually identify what your business is. SEO is the roots. That's your keywords, that's your backlinks, that's your all the things that actually create the network that allow the plant to grow up high, right? This is something that I see where some people in there are businesses that are successful because they have a lot of referrals, right? I know 5, 6 people, they call me, I keep on making money, but once those referrals go, you might be way down there and you just don't have the roots yet. Now what I'm going to show you is a part of the roots. It's called a technical SEO audit. It is basically taking this plant and pulling it out of the ground. And we're going to do it for Tech Alley's website, right? Technical SEO. I'm going to make it as simple to understand because this is really nerdy stuff when it comes to SEO. We're talking coding, we're talking server codes, we're talking broken links, right? An SEO audit is a way to look at accessibility, crawlability, performance, the UX or UI, and most importantly, the visibility on search engines, all right? So what does that mean? Search engine crawlability is the way in which Google looks at your website and says, this functions fast, so we're going to give it a higher priority in ranking. Or there's issues, they're not fixing it or they don't know it yet, so now we're going to have to drop it. Google only rewards those that have earned it. Do you have a website that runs well? Do you know that it runs well? Are you working on it? And if it's performing well, you'll know because you start to raise up through the ranks. Another thing is it fixes critical issues. These are some of the common ones. 404 page not found, orphan pages, broken links. If you have a social icon on the bottom of your website and it goes to nothing, or it goes to the home landing page of that social network, you won't know until you start poking around in your website whether or not it's actually linking to your profile. It could be linking to Facebook, but it could be linking to the home page. This is part of the technical audit. Where are all these buttons going, right? Now, the other thing is crawl efficiency, and I'm going to get into this specifically with Tech Alley's website. But crawl efficiency comes down to the load speed. How fast does a desktop website load? And if you have problems on the desktop, it's amplified on mobile. And again, this is another thing I'm passing information to you about most businesses. 70 to 80% of your customers are coming from your phone in the first place. So if there's issues and you don't know what they are, and they have issues on the desktop, it's amplified on mobile because it's a smaller screen, right? So this is the website I did an audit on, techalley.org. So the first thing I wanted to establish is the site load speed. One website you only need to go to find that out, gtmetrics.com. You can do one for free, you can log in and get a couple more if you have a free account. What it breaks down is it breaks down the load speed into 3 categories. These are the core web vitals of Google. These are very important to learn because they're going to add a 4th one, in 2025. This is how Google ranks the speed and whether or not they like your website, and they're going to put it in the search results page. First part, the largest contentful paint. LCP. It is the speed in which the largest element of your website loads. This is a big one. Because if you have a movie, animations, a large photo gallery, that's going to take longer to load. That's the first thing that Google looks at, is what's the speed of the largest thing that you have on your home page. First input delay. This is the measure in which when you click on something on your website, how responsive the web page is. So again, if you have rollover animations, if you have shadow movement when you scroll down and it pops up with whatever fireworks or whatever, again, it's going to be reflected in this number. And again, first input delay is a second most important thing. And this is measured in milliseconds, right? The last one is the cumulative layout shift. And in basic words, it's how much stuff jumps around. Again, we're seeing a pattern here, right? If you have a lot of stuff on your website, animation, shadows, rollovers, you have a 4K video on there, well, of course, it's going to take forever to load. We don't have that bandwidth on a phone or on a desktop to facilitate something that advanced, right? So, how did Tech Alley do? They got an A, right? 100%. Now, as you can see here, as I said before, these are your three matrices. Cumulative layout, or this the CLS. This is your secondary one, and then your LCP, right? Now, these are all measured in milliseconds. For your own reference, a good load speed for an entire website is under 2.5 seconds. That's really pushing it, right? For the first metrics, the first thing to show up, 537 milliseconds. You got milliseconds. That's why it's so important to take stuff off your website that slows it down. Keep it simple, right? And it's fine. You don't need to, it's not about making it, shiny. You just want to get to the point. That's the point of your website. You want it to convert. They're there for a reason. They're not there to watch the videos. They're there to find out who are you, what's the next step to getting to know you, what's the next step to purchasing from you. Do you need an email? Do you need me to talk to you? It's not about the videos, and it's not about animations anymore, right?
This is a WordPress design.
Right. The hosting function of websites is irrelevant, right? Whether it's Wix, Squarespace, Shopify, whatever. And some of those platforms are better at passing the Web Vitals, but Web Vitals is a ranking factor in 2025. They've came out and they're actually going to do what's Web Vitals 2.0 because they're going to add another element. And again, if you pass this on desktop, you're going to pass on your phone. But if you don't pass on your desktop, you're going to have to look at your phone in the way that it's laid out. And there's testing that you can do on the Google Search Console to see what it looks like on your phone, and that's a percentage, not a grade, but it's out of 100%. It's very, very important that we all kind of look at our websites and see, does this look like it's what a customer needs to see? And if it doesn't, run a speed test on it. See where you're at. It's better to know now than later, you know what I mean? So after I saw this, I thought, okay, the second part of a technical SEO audit is the current state of the website. How much traffic does it get? How many keywords does it rank for? And its backlinks. So this is what I use to do my auditing. It's Ahrefs. You can do, there's free, you can go on ahrefs.com and you can get a free Site Explorer look at your website. and it'll pop this thing up. And I'm going to go over here. So this is how Ahrefs designs the numerization of a person's website. First one is domain rating. This is a cumulative number based on this, backlinks, referring domains, keywords, and traffic. It gives a numerical grade. This is out of 100, right? Domain authority is what Google wants to see because they have their own algorithm for domain rating. But this is how you are competing. If you are a 35 and you wrote a blog and someone else wrote a blog and they're a 45 domain rating, the 45 wins. They are stronger. That is why, when we get the backlinks, this is one of the most important numbers to know when it comes to your website. The UR score. This is the home page score. This is for the domain of Tech Alley. This is the home page for Tech Alley. This should always be higher than this. This is the home page. So again, if the home page has a lot of links, has much more, if it has downloadables, if it has other things that when they come onto there and people stay on the home page, this number goes up. But it should never go up higher than this because this is everything. All the blogging posts, all the outreach, all the things that are part of that domain, that's why this number is more important. This is backlinks. Backlinks is the way in which you take your website and you let others people know about it and then they send a link back to you. This is why journals, Las Vegas Review Journal, any government EDU website, you get what your business is into them and they link back to you, skyrocket. And you'll see in the backlink profile for this website how important it actually is for them. Referring domains, that is the domain in which the person for the backlink use that domain to go back to the backlink and you back to them. Okay, it's a referring domain, right? Not all backlinks have referring domains. It's called a follow or no follow. If it's a follow, that will go up by 1. If it's a no follow, that will go up by 1. All right. Keywords. Keywords, we all know what keywords are, right? It's what you put into Google and something comes up. Keywords are very, very important. And then actually in Ahrefs, it'll let you know how many you have that are in the top 3 for search results. And the very last is traffic. How many people are coming to this website per month? All right? And actually underneath this, they have a value because Ahrefs likes to give a numerical value as to how much money, if you were to put it into a money sense, this website actually makes per month, right? It's irrelevant, it's just kind of it's a vanity metrics at best, all right? So as we continue, first thing is we're gonna look at traffic. This is the traffic for this website in the last 5 years, all right? As we can see, down here, it didn't exist. This part right here is when it first came online because it started to get traffic. We can see a steady progression up until this point and up until this point right here. Generally, it's an algorithm update. Algorithm updates either reward you or they punish you depending on what it is. For this case, it rewarded them, right? Because Tech Alley isn't selling anything, it's an informational intent machine. It gets backlinks from people like me that present here. I put my information into the website. Other people that present here, other people that are a part of this community that actually have links into Tech Alley. That's why the traffic goes up, okay? This is when it starts to get, this website starts to get more traffic. Now, as with any other good roller coaster, everything that comes up, there's going to be a plateau and things start to come down. And we can see starts to come down in between May, probably October of last year, right? It's fine. This website isn't selling anything, so it's not like there's revenue on the board. It just has to expand a little more, right? Open up the gates more, put more links inside of it, have more of an involvement with the people that are attending and the people that are presenting. Not a big deal because they're not losing any revenue on it, right? Keywords. So when it comes to this website, because we know that there's no need for transactional or commercial keywords, all of them are informational. I means informational, right? And even better about this website is that they're branded. This website already has a brand, okay? Now, I'll go over these numbers, okay? Intent, as I said, is either going to be I, N, T, or C. Informational, navigational, transactional, commercial. This is the intent of that word. So because as we could see, Tech Las Vegas, informational, local. Why? Las Vegas, right? This is the SERP features. SERP features is, can it qualify for a snippet? The little questions we see on the search results page, and you click it and it gives an answer. If you qualify, it will let you know. There'll be like a little one, and you can click on it and it'll show you what it is that you qualified for. Those are very, very important to at least know for these keywords and try to get them. How do you get them? There's ways of trying to put yourself into a snippet, and there's ways with Google that you could say this is a snippet value, right? Volume. This is the amount of people that search for that keyword per month. Higher volume. KD is the competition. Higher volume, higher competition. Now, what is the highest competition that this website has gotten? A 40, right? So let's look at it. Technology, Las Vegas. Informational intent with local, because it's in Las Vegas, 5 snippet features, 10 volume with a 40 difficulty. That's pretty unusual. Usually with something that's a 40, there's usually a comma. It's like 1,000 volume, just because there's more people searching for it, right? CPC, that's how much it costs to run it on Google Ads, right? So if you wanted to make a Google ad for Tech Las Vegas, every time someone clicks, it's going to cost you $1.09. So you have to facilitate that in your budgeting. If you want to rank for that word or you want to use that in your paid advertising, budget for $1.09 for about a week. That's really low because some keywords in this city are astronomically high. Lawyers, hotels, health and beauty, and real estate. That, it's got 3 zeros after it, easily, right? Traffic. This is the amount of people that actually clicked on this keyword and went to the website, right? So we have a lot of zeros, right? But we do have Tech Alley, one word. This is because of either people on their phones and they say, well, I want to go to Tech Alley, and they forgot to put the space bar in. Because it's being searched, Google puts it as a ranking keyword, right? And then this is probably the most important one. This is the position. This is where it shows up on Google's search results page. Page 1, page 2, page 2.5, all the way down. Usually when you get to the 40s, that's page 5. Now, in the SEO world, it doesn't matter. Getting ranked for something is better than getting ranked for nothing, right? That's something that I could work with. I could work with this keyword at being page 3, right? Because then I can go and find where it's at. It's at this web page right now. I can go in and beef it up. Add more content to it, add more links to it, add other things to it, so that next cycle, when I want to do another audit, it goes up to a 10, it goes up to 13. And that is how you rank for keywords. It is about looking at what you have and growing it.
Hey, what do you mean by branded?
Branded meaning Tech Alley. So as you can see, Tech Alley, Work B&B. Now that's an interesting one. But down here, these are branded, keywords that are branded are words associated either with the business themselves. So like if you had a business, ABC Plumbing, the first keyword you're going to get is ABC Plumbing because that's the name of the URL, that's the title of the web page. Another element of branding is other brands that you work with, right? So this one right here, Road Pitch, was used in this URL somewhere or multiple places. When someone searched for Road Pitch, it showed up in the SERP on page 5. Did it mean it was clicked? No, we don't have any traffic for it. But it showed up, right? Because of this URL. Again, does that mean Road Pitch is a brand? Therefore, it's calculated as a branded keyword. And it's ranked, but it doesn't produce any traffic.
Why isn't every page that you have, your domain, isn't that branded?
Branded for this one, and that's the one that gets traffic, right? So Tech Alley, someone types in Tech Alley, and they click on Tech Alley, that goes up by 1. If someone types in Road Pitch, they'd have to go to page 5 to click on that URL. And we know that because there's no traffic for it. I know. Go ahead.
Okay, so cost per click, is Google charging you per page? So basically, is Google charging you per person that clicks? So if you run an ad, and let's say you're $100 cost per click, I click that, or me and 100 of my friends click that, and you're charged for each per click? Or
Yep. It's a dark practice in the Google world, Google Ads world, where your competition will see that you're running ads, open up 50 tabs and click on it. It's per click. That's why you want to use search intent to find cheap, effective keywords that won't blow your budget in 1 week. Now, for certain industries like law, hospitality, you have no other way around it. They're $200-300 a click. That's why their budgets are 20-30 grand, because they have to compete, you know? It's one of those things, I've seen it done before where, and again, no one's gonna stop them. You know what I mean? No one's gonna stop you from clicking on your competition's ads and just running them out. But you'd have to do it all the time. Like, you have to dedicate a lot of time to do it, but it's not like it's not being done right now. It's still being done.
And then one more question.
Yeah, sure.
Why is Work B&B 426 as opposed to other, why is it so expensive?
It's branded, first of all. And Work B&B, okay, so let's look at the graph here, right? So it's page 3, position 25. So again, this word was used in this URL for announces Work B&B. Even the word is in the URL itself, so of course it's going to rank because people are going to go to it if they went to page 3. Announces pre-seed extension to dominate midterm rental growth. So again, it's a backlink. It's a backlink URL for Work B&B. Because of that, Google indexed it because this is a corporation and gave it a 2 domain and a CPC of $4.26. That's how much it costs, right? Does that matter to Tech Alley? No, it doesn't matter to them because they wrote a blog page about it. They're done. They don't have to worry about it, right? They're not trying to rank for this word like they're trying to rank for that word. You know what I mean? So again, not every keyword is going to have a cost per click unless it's been indexed by Google for long enough time and there's a high enough volume with a high enough competition, right? Did you have a question? Okay. Backlinks. Backlinks are, like I said before, the most important thing for a business website to grow, okay? This is where you reach out to directories in your industry into Las Vegas. Some of the easiest ones to get are Yellow Pages. Yellow Pages can be done in 20 minutes, and that's a backlink. You're a profile in their directory, right? Chamber of Commerce. There's industries, if you're, whatever your industry is, software, health and beauty, artists. There's industries that have their own directory that if you just put your profile and your website in there, once the cycle and indexing comes through, you'll have a backlink with them. Super easy. It's called local citations. However, those are filler. The ones you want are some of the ones that are displayed here. Meetup. Okay, I'll go over these numbers. This is the domain rating of the website that it has the backlink to. So of course, we all know Meetup, a 92 rating, right? Now, we remember what the UR is. That's the page in which this sits, not the homepage of Meetup, but the page in which this link sits. So of course, it's a 4 because, it's pretty specific. This is the URL that this Tech Alley sits on. So that URL skill is going to be pretty low. That's how much traffic Meetup gets per month, 744,000. Now the referring domains, Meetup isn't going to give any referring domains because you set it up and you're in their ecosystem. They don't have to give you anything else. But you are going to get a backlink from them. They're not going to give you meetup.com as a referring domain. That ain't going to happen. But that one page links to 12 other backlinks on this page. So that means either it's advertisements, other ways of clicking off from this page itself. That's called the linking domains. This is the extension. Right? So from those 12, go to 15. And then this is the anchor text. Anchor text is more important about the word that is being used to highlight the backlink. Now, of course, you want to do for something like this, Tech Alley. But some people, their business is a little more complex than Tech Alley. They have more characters that define their business. Anchor text is a big deal because we have to see, is it going to fit? See, we can see right here, they highlighted Tech Alley. So if someone's reading it, Tech Alley, click, they go to the website, right? Now, as you can see, we have web directories and we have Meetup, but down here, unlv.gov.edu. This one is more powerful than all the others, right? If you have a business website and you can link it to an institution, a government, college, do it. Write an article. Hound them. Can I get a backlink from you guys? Can I get a backlink from you guys? 83 domain, 220,000 traffic per month. And the fact is, because of this being established with UNLV, that's why I got a lot of their traffic bumped up. Because the time, I didn't cut that off, but you can see the time in which it hit and things go up. EDUs, governments, if you're writing blogs and any chance you can get it on the Wall Street Journal, MSNBC, Yahoo, it's the lottery ticket. Your traffic will go up, but it will also go down because you have to keep it going. Just because you got on yahoo.com or MSNBC for your business, you have to go for another one later. And this is backlink SEO. There's a whole industry dedicated just to getting backlinks for our clients. And it is a lot of outreach, it's a lot of selling, it's a lot of writing, it's its own beast. But this is why it's so important. This backlink profile is what you use against your competition. So if Tech Alley had another competing Meetup, because they've already done the work and got featured on UNLV, they're already going to be ranking above them. It's going to take a long time for someone to start something to compete with Tech Alley and beat them unless they have something better than this. All right?
So the first line up there with the Tech Alley is highlighted in blue. So when you have an image that has a link, you should probably do a description of the image.
It's called an image alt tag, yep.
Yeah, alt. You should do an alt with,
And that's not going to be on here.
not just do an image. You should always have an
You should try to get copy, but image alt tags are not in the backlink profile. This is, I write an article, you are in charge of UNLV. I come to you and say, I wrote an article, can you put it on UNLV? No photos, no images, no nothing. Sure, I'll do that. And then once you do that, I say, look at my article on UNLV. They click on that, or they click on your website and they come to my website, right? Images or photo alt tags, there is ways with the alt tag to put a URL in them. So that like when they roll over it, they click on it, but that's going away because you can't backlink images. It only can go one way, it can't come back. You know what I mean? So that is it. This is my information. I really appreciate you guys sitting around and watch me nerd babble and all that stuff. If you guys have any questions, be sure to ask right now or can ask afterwards. If you guys are interested in an audit, let me see. Oh, go ahead.
I use one of the links, and like the website that I use right now is actually Ramadi. I gotta work on it.
Yeah. Yep. It's good. Now, the thing is, it's good to know now, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Good.
So, again, if you want to take my information, you want to send me an email afterwards, yep, or follow me on socials and all that fun stuff. I really appreciate you guys hanging out till the last one, and thank you very much.